welcome back to Pretty Girl Gang TV, where we do nothing but conduct pretty girl business. Okay, it's your girl Janina here, and I am all glammed up on camera today, girl. Okay, full makeup on already because we are going to be trying out some bronzers. So if you guys didn't know, Morphe actually came out with some more shades of their GLAMABRONZE bronzer. Now I had no idea that Morphe actually had these bronzers, so apparently they already did, but they did extend the shade range, so now they have a complete 10 shades of the GLAMABRONZE bronzer, and I have bought 2 of them to share with you guys in a demo. So since the summer is coming up, girl, I love bronzer, okay? You know, I like to look all bronze and glowy in the summertime, girl, so I went ahead and purchased 2 of these new GLAMABRONZE shades, and I also purchased their GLAMABRONZE face and body brush, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks and how it works and how it's demoing, girl, on camera, okay? So without further ado, let's go. So like I mentioned, these are some bronzers from Morphe, and they were already apparently some shades, but all they did was extend the shade range. And when I looked at the shade range, I feel like it was a pretty good shade range, girl. Like, normally, not a lot of companies cater to us brown and darker skin girls when it comes to like the shade range in bronzers. That's one of the things that I really think that makeup should pay more attention to, or like makeup companies, they should like extend their bronzer ranges, because I feel like some of the bronzers we have out in the market now, they're not deep enough for most people, you know? And to be honest, girl, with this shade range, I think Morphe did that. And actually, I picked up the 2 shades that I did because I just wasn't sure what shade would work for me, because I had a choice and I had a variety, and that was just great. So like I said, I actually purchased 2, and these are the 2 right here. So the first one I purchased is Phenom, and Phenom, this is how Phenom looks on the unicarton there, and that's the packaging. Phenom was actually already a shade that Morphe had, okay? From my understanding, all they did was like rebrand it, which means like they just repackaged it, because the original packaging looked kind of like a orange pinky color, but this is the new packaging. So Phenom was already a thing, and now they have a new shade in between Phenom, which is Leader, and that's how Leader looks on the carton there. So let me tell y'all, the first thing I noticed when I purchased these were the size. Now these are pretty big, okay? Like, this is a pretty big bronzer. I'll show you guys how it looks outside of the carton. This is how it looks. That's a pretty big bronzer from like your typical bronzers. And since I did notice that, I actually want to compare with you guys on camera some of the bronzers that I already have to this size bronzer. Now this bronzer was actually $19, which is a very good price as well. You know, Morphe's always like good with the prices, girl. So this size along with $19 was really, really good for me. Let's go ahead and compare some of the other bronzer sizes to the prices, and like we'll just see how that goes. Before I go ahead and compare my other bronzers with Morphe's new GLAMABRONZEs, I just wanted to show you guys the shades first. This one is Phenom, and this is how it looks. And this reminds me kind of Coco Fenty Beauty Sun Stalkr, and just look how big that is. That is a really big bronzer. Like, I feel like you won't even use this in a year. Like, it would take more than a year to finish that, even if you were using it every day. And this is the color Leader right here. This is the other color that I picked out. And we will swatch them and compare them also, because I feel like they're kind of similar, but I feel like Phenom is just a little bit deeper, but we'll see. First, let's compare some of the bronzers that I already have. So, like I said, the GLAMABRONZE retails for $19, and you saw the size, you saw how huge it was, right? I have another bronzer from the Lip Bar, and I did do a review on it if you guys wanted to see those. The Lip Bar has some bronzers, and they were called the Bronze Duo Glow, I believe it's called, because it comes with the blush also. And that was actually $20. I have my notes right here, so if you guys see me looking down, it's just me looking at my notes. That bronzer is actually $20, and I'm in the shade Just Got Paid, and this is how that bronzer looks. And look at the size of that bronzer. So that's a pretty good size bronzer as well. And I am in the shade Just Got Paid, if you guys want to know for reference. The next bronzer that I really, really like, girl, that I really, really mess with is the Fenty Beauty Stalkr bronzer. And that bronzer is $30, and this is how this bronzer looks. I am in the shade Coco Naughty. So this is a a pretty good size as well, but I still feel like the Morphe bronzer is a little bit more bigger. The next bronzer I typically use, I've been using a lot lately, is the Benefit Hoola in the color Toasted. And that bronzer is actually $30 as well. And this is how much you get with that bronzer there. Next bronzer I use it as a bronzer mostly because I do have another color that I use as a contour. It's the Huda Beauty Tantour in the color Medium. And that is actually $30 as well. So a little bit on the pricey side, and this is how much you get with that. But this is also a cream to powder formula. So I feel like this one would kind of last pretty much too, because you don't need to use a lot with this. But just comparing all of those bronzers to the Morphe GLAMABRONZE, girl, like definitely they are a lot bigger for $19. Like I feel like that was really good. Now that we got the comparing out of the way, girl, let's go ahead and swatch these beautiful GLAMABRONZE bronzers. So we're gonna swatch Leader first, and again, this is how Leader looks. Ooh, and it does feel really creamy. Okay, so this is how Leader looks on my finger there. And this is how Leader looks on my hand. And these bronzers are actually just matte bronzers. They don't have any shimmer in them. Next one is gonna be Phenom. And again, this is how Phenom looks in the pan. This is how Phenom looks on my finger. And this is how Phenom looks on my hands. Looking at the two colors, so the first one is Leader and this one is Phenom. As you can see, it looks like Leader is more on the red side, and Phenom has a little bit of red, but it's more on the warm side, and Leader is definitely a little deeper. I also mentioned that I did purchase the GLAMABRONZE face and body brush, and this is how it looks here. Now this brush was $16. Was it $16? Yes. So this brush was $16, and it just looks like a little kabuki brush to me. So let's open it up. This is how it looks outside the package. It's a cute little, it looks like a little kabuki brush to me, okay? And it's very soft. So we're gonna be using this brush to test out these GLAMABRONZE bronzers, girl. I think I'm gonna put Leader on this side of my face here, and then I'm gonna put Phenom on this side of my face there. So let's start with Leader first. Like I said, Leader is gonna go on this side of my face. I'm already contoured, so we'll see what this bronzer is gonna give, girl. I'm just gonna take the little GLAMABRONZE face and body brush, and I'm just gonna slightly dip it because look how much pigment it's already coming up on there. You know, Morphe is very pigmented, girl. So I'm just gonna take a little bit first, and then we're gonna start on this side. And this brush is a little bit more bigger than what I would normally use to bronze with, but it is a face and body bronzer. Ooh, and look at that color. It's picking up a little red, and I think I like it. Okay, it's giving me the Benefit Hoola Toasted vibes. That's what it's giving me. And although this brush is like a little bigger than what I normally would bronze with, it's very soft, and it is kind of like distributing the product very well. So okay, I'm into this brush. I can get into it. I'm gonna do a little bit more. We'll build it up a little bit and see. Not too much, but we'll build it up here. Okay, so this is how Leader is looking so far on my face. Now we're going to go on the other side with a clean brush, and this is my Kat Von D blush brush, and we're gonna do Phenom on this side of my face. Woo, and it picked up a lot, so let's go, ooh, lightly. Okay, so, I mean, do they look similar to y'all? I feel like they look similar. Okay, let's blend it out some more and see. I feel like it looks pretty similar to Leader. Let's build some more because I feel like it looks pretty similar to Leader. So I can definitely use both shades. So what do you guys think? This side is Leader and this side is Phenom. I definitely feel like they're pretty similar. I mean, maybe Leader has a touch more of warmth and like red in there, but I feel like Phenom is kind of the same color. What you guys think? I feel like I can use both of them. I mean, I feel like we can make this work. I thought I was about to look crazy with two different color bronzers on my face. So what are you guys thinking? Okay, like to me on my side of the camera, I feel like these look very similar to each other, okay? Like I feel like you can't even really tell. Maybe, okay, maybe Leader, which is on this side, maybe Leader is a little bit more on the red undertone side. And I feel like Phenom, which is on this side, it's a little bit more deeper. It still has a red undertone, but it's not so much red. But to me, they're very, very similar. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys feeling like? What do you guys see on your side of the camera? To me, it looks very similar. They're both very beautiful. Now, they don't have any shimmer. It's completely matte, which is cool with me. I like bronzes with a shimmer also, but you know, I can do the matte as well. I'm gonna get into how I'm feeling and thinking about these bronzers, okay? And we'll actually talk a little bit about the brush as well. So first, let's get into the brush. I like the brush. I feel like it's a little bit bigger than what I normally use. Normally, I like kind of a smaller, rounder powder brush, just to kind of get very precise with it. But I like the brush, okay? For $16, it's a pretty good brush. To me, it's just kind of like a kabuki brush, but it is big enough to where you can bronze faster, and you can also bronze your body, because that's what it says, it's face and body. But do you really, really need the brush? No, I don't think you really, really need the brush. I feel like if you already have a powder brush or your bronzer brush that you already have and use, you'll be fine with that. Now, the Glamour bronzes. Let's talk about the actual Glamour bronzes. I personally can't see a really big difference between the two. Okay, as you guys remember, we put Leader on this side, and I'll show you guys again. The only thing that I can say about Leader is that I feel like it's a tad bit more on the red side. At least on my side of the camera, I'm seeing it's a more of a red undertone, but it's still really, really beautiful. It actually blended very well as well. The powders are very finely milled powders. So I feel like the powders went on perfect, and they're very, very soft. So I like the formula of the powders. The next one on this side is Phenom, and I feel like Phenom is very similar to Leader, but the only thing about Phenom is that to me, it's a tad bit deeper. It still has kind of a little bit of red undertone, but not as much as Leader. But again, like I said, I can't really tell the difference. They're very, very similar to me. I still like the color of both bronzers. So anyway, that's my demo, you guys. What do you guys think about the bronzers? I personally think that they are worth the $19. Tell me guys what you think about the bronzers down in the comment section below. Give your girl a like if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel, girl, if you want to, girl, if you want to. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye bye.